You're adorable. Fingers crossed that you're not crazy, winky face. Now, this is a message that I like for two reasons. One, it gets a good response as per tested. But the other thing is because of the nature of the message, because it has this sort of like push-pull nature, a bit of a compliment, a bit of an insult, it tends to get a good response when it does get a response. So it gets a response that's more easily convertible into the set or the interaction going well. So I like that about it too. So it's one I'll probably keep in the rotation for a while. In any case, her response was, haha, and then she sends a link to a YouTube video. And this video is, it's called like the Hot Crazy Matrix. I skimmed through it just to see what it was, but I didn't really watch it in full. But basically it's referring to the idea of like the perception that the hotter a girl is, the crazier she is, or crazier she can get away with being, or something like that. So I just got a vague idea of it and just sent a response based on that. I wasn't going to watch like a 10-minute YouTube video for some girl I'd like exchange one message with. So my next message was, haha, so should I be concerned about you? Right? So again, challenging her. Right? So it's an interesting one because on the one hand, if she says I shouldn't be concerned about her, she's saying she's not hot. On the other hand, if she says I should be concerned about her, it's saying she's crazy. So it's a bit of giving her a shit test, putting her in an interesting situation to qualify herself. And her response is actually a pretty good one in the sense it actually works for a girl. It wouldn't work for a guy because girls are in the fortunate position of not having to do as much work in like the dating, especially online dating like arena. But for a girl, it kind of works because she refuses to qualify herself. What she does is she just sent me smiley face. That's it. Just a smiley face. Annoying. And a lot of guys actually have trouble with this kind of message because it's just not giving you a lot to work with. So you're like, oh, fuck, what do I do? Do I have to start all over? And in a sense you do, but in another sense you don't because you do have things you can make fun of and you do have previous dialogue. So in this case, my response was, haha, cheeky. You seem pretty okay so far. Perhaps we should explore the possibility of enhancing your life by means of exposure to my awesomeness. Winky face. This type of message that gives a little bit more, it does give a compliment and it gives a little bit more verbiage, tends to be good as sort of a restarter. Whenever there's a silence in the conversation, remember that what you want to do is offer value. Now, this isn't actually a silence. It is a response, so it's a much more positive version of silence, but it's still not giving you much. So it has a lot of the characteristics of silence and a lot of the characteristics in a way of a shit test. So it's a response, but it's not a really great one. So what you need to do is ping a lot of value. And so I kind of give her the haha cheeky is ambiguous. It's not saying very positive, not saying very negative, and then pinging value. So it's sort of neutral and ping value. So her response here was, sure, give me your best shot. And this is interesting because with the smiley face and the exclamation point, it's very positive, but at the same time, it's clearly a shit test and it's clearly saying, please impress me. And we want to avoid these kind of frames. We want to avoid this sort of like idea of the interaction where the man has to impress the woman and the woman sitting and evaluating. That puts her in way too much of a position of power. So you want to kind of like sidestep that. So what I did here was, haha, I'd love to, are you adventurous? So treating it again, misinterpreting it though, as though instead of being a shit test that's positive, it's completely positive, and then qualifying her back. This are you adventurous line, you've seen it in some of my other conversations, some of my other dialogues. It's the start of my closing sequence. And what it really is, it's the ping for whether I'm at a place where I can close. Because if she decides to qualify herself, if she decides to prove herself to me, then that means she's in a situation where she cares what I think. And if she cares what I think, she's ready to be closed. So let's see what she did. She says yes, period. So she is qualifying herself. She's going along with what I want to have happen, but she's not giving me a lot. However, in this case, she's already messaged me several times, and she's clearly putting some effort into her messages. Even if they are short, there's like some wittiness to it. There's some like some investment there. So I'm going to treat this as positive as it is, if not more so. So we'll go with, cool, what's your view on drinks and witty banter with cute boys? Classic version of the soft close. Right, closing for the idea of what's your philosophy on dating? How do you feel about this in a general sense, as opposed to will you do it with me? So it's a classic soft close. And her response to this was, there are worse things! Exclamation mark. So here she's actually like being almost try hard to not be try hard by saying there are worse things and throwing the exclamation mark. She's trying a little hard to be clever. So on the surface, it seems like she's being non-committal, but really what she's doing is being coy, flirting, etc. So I take this as very positive and definitely time to close. So I go ahead and close with, LOL, sounds good to me. My number is, phone number, what's yours, Todd? And her response to this is to give me her number and her name.
Hello?
Oh,
Hey, how you doing?
hi. What's going on?
You sound fun. You have a little twang in your voice, like you actually know how to use, your intonation and such. How how are you doing this wonderful Sunday?
I'm good. I'm just doing some shopping. How about you?
I just woke up.
Eh,
Yeah. So I'm half
Sorry,
asleep. What's up? Your voice is coming through like
hello?
very very echoey. Hello, hi. How are you? uh
That's pretty terrible.
Hang on, let me call you right back. The phone.
Actually, let me give you a call back in like 15.
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, bye.
Hopefully then yeah, hopefully you won't be echoing then. That would be good as well. But yeah, I'll talk to you in a few. All
Okay.
right, bye. Yeah.
Hey. How's it
Oh,
going?
I can actually hear you without a weird echo in the background. This is amazing.
Yeah, I was in a store.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
Ah.
So how's your shopping going? Are you finding everything you could possibly desire?
Oh,
Hello?
can you hear me?
I can now, yeah. You
Okay.
you went silent there for a moment.
No, what's going on here? I'm over at,
Okay.
I guess the service isn't great for my phone, but it should be. Anywho, so what's happening?
I just woke up. Thought I'd talk to a cute girl, figure out what she's doing today and possibly in the next couple. Decide whether I, trust myself and her to grab a drink and, without succumbing to her wily feminine charms too much.
Too much. Wow. What did you have in mind?
I thought we might start with something, like a light casual fun drink, and if that goes well, go on an adventure from there. If that's terrible, we both run for the exit as fast as possible. I do hate that your phone keeps cutting out right in the middle of sentences. I'm like, did she actually hear what I just said?
Or am I just like done? Or appalled?
Yeah, I can imagine some kind of weird Simpsons episode where it's like you say like the most like sweet nice thing, and then the phone cuts out at the weirdest time, and then it's completely misquoted and taken out of context.
Right.
So you're saying like these like really like politically correct like family oriented things, and to me you sound like a serial killer. It's great.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, I could meet up with you in the next couple of days.
Sure. What does your schedule look like tonight and tomorrow, ideally?
Well, tonight actually might be good. I don't work tomorrow.
You know the bar for your fitness has been raised considerably now. I expect you to be like, like 1% body fat, like
Oh.
curvy.
That would be kind of. I don't think you would like that.
No, 1% would be unhealthy.
Yeah,
you would look like a Holocaust survivor. I know it's not good.
Or I'd be like super ripped.
Yeah.
Like really.
You're like vascular, like veins in your stomach. Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, I know those girls. That's that's definitely a lifestyle choice.
No, I was just kidding. Yeah, what time would you be free tonight, actually?
Let's see. Oh gosh, I don't even know what time it is. I've been in this like shopping.
It's 10 till 4, according to my computer.
How about? Well, I mean, what do you have going on tomorrow? I don't want to meet up. Well, I guess my perception of what late is not what other people share.
Oh, yeah? Are you a night owl?
Well, no, I think I am not a night owl.
You're the opposite?
Kind of a fuddy-duddy, yeah.
Oh, really?
Like,
I'm like, let's meet at 4 p.m. You're like, oh, that's my bedtime. I can't do that.
Like, oh, that's dinner time.
It gets dark outside. That's scary for me. I can't be out when there's not a sun.
How about that? Well, where do you want to meet? That depends too.
I was thinking somewhere like a drink somewhere near the strip area, but maybe off. Like for example, actually, I kind of want to go to Fizz at Caesars because I've never been there. I've heard good things.
Where is it?
It's Fizz. It's like a wine champagne bar at Caesars.
Oh, I do have to. I mean, you probably missed it on my profile, but I don't drink at all.
Okay, fair enough.
So
Let's
it would.
do...
I'm open to meeting up someplace like that as long as they do like.
Sure, we can do. We can find like a tea place or something. We'll be all Zen and
Ooh,
Eastern.
I like it.
Okay, I'll have to look that up because I can't find it, but I'll find one in the area, and I can definitely text you an address for that. That'll work.
Okie dokie. Well,
Okay.
So I don't know where you are. Hopefully you're not in Henderson. Boo.
No, I'm not in Henderson. I can give you a location. That's not tough. But when are you actually done with all your stuff?
Do you want to shoot for maybe 7:30?
7:30 tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. I can work with that. I'll have to do some quick Googling, but I should be on it. That'll work for me.
Okay. That sounds good. Pressure's on.
Pressure's on.
The most perfect place on a Sunday night.
I'm not worried about it. Once you see me and we have conversation, the setting won't even matter.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh geez. Okay.
I hope you can appreciate confidence because you're in for a decent amount.
Really, I prefer my guys painfully insecure.
Really? I have some friends I could set you up with if you'd like. They're
Aw, I'm just kidding.
Okay. I'll text you in a bit, but 7:30 sounds good.
Okie dokie.
Okay, talk to you soon.
All right, bye, Todd.
Bye.
The first thing that you'll notice about this call is it's not actually one call, it's two calls, right? And so let's talk about this transition between the one and the other. First of all, the first call had bad service. That will happen sometimes. When that happens, relax, don't get uptight about it, seem chill. The biggest thing that you can do to mess up in that situation is be weird or try and force something or try and speak too fast or whatever. Just be calm. If you have to, if you can't hear them, call out the fact that you can't hear them. Don't be the guy that nods and smiles and hopes it'll be okay. If the service on the call is bad, be like, hey, you know what, I'm going to call you right back, bad service. Right? Treat it the same way you would with a friend. Treat it as though you assume that they want to talk to you and you assume that they're going to keep talking to you, right? Don't assume it as, oh my God, I finally got the girl on the phone, I got to make the most of it. All right? Have some abundance, have some entitlement, and understand that if she's on the phone with you, she wants to be talking to you as much as you want to be talking to her. So just be chill. Be cool about it. I don't really like the fact that she was like, oh, I'll call you back. That's not usually as good in the sense that you're not in control of things and you're kind of in a waiting mode. But number one, you don't have to be waiting. You can go do other things, which is fine. And the nice thing is when she does call you back, like in this case where she actually does pick up the phone and call at about the time she said she would, now she's showing a strong commitment. So you can move forward with the call with a greater assurance that she really does want to meet up with you. She really does want to go out on a date with you. So here I did, I was a little bit flirtatious, generally positive, and then just said about making plans and then nailing down the plan. So it's just a little bit of soft close, firm close, and then figure out the logistics. But again, with the logistics, you need to nail them down, but don't be pushy. Be patient. Be okay with the fact that you've already agreed plans, and even so, you're going to keep talking through the making plans process. So once you've made the tentative plans, it's okay to converse a little bit, build some comfort, make them more solid, and iron out the details as you continue to talk. Don't be this robot where you're must make plans, must finish, must complete algorithm. It's not like that, okay? Relax, chill. Again, you're preparing for the date. You're going to spend a certain amount of time with her on the date. You can spend some of that time right here on the phone, make it easier, make her show up, make her anticipate seeing you more. That's only going to do good things for you. So take your time, especially when things are already going your way. All right, so now on to the date. Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
How are you? Good to see you.
Good.
All right. I've actually never been to this place, but figure it out.
Okay, cool. Me neither. I've never actually been in this casino.
You're so expressive. I love it.
So what's going on?
Yeah. You are. Well, I have to try. This just sounds so weird. You're too sweet for words. You're too sweet for words. Seriously.
Young.
Oh, okay. Walk around.
Explosively angry.
How are you? Shit. All
I
right.
don't think so.
Let's go up to like just the nicer area of here, at least if we're gonna walk around. Here either work in like nightlife or stuff like that, or have crazy hours. I don't know.
What are you looking for right now?
What am I looking for? Open to possibilities.
Like,
I'll tell you how sweet and shy and innocent and pure I am, and how, I get nervous around girls. And
I doubt that.
why?
You don't seem like it. You seem pretty confident.
No, I am very confident.
Like you're not like, nervous around me. That's good.
I'm holding it in well. I'm shaking.
Aww.
My heart's like,
So
I feel flush in my whole general like neck throat area. Sorry, I'm like sizing you up. My bad. I'm assessing.
It's natural.
What if I actually did that? What if I was like, take care, see you later, gotta go.
That would make a great story.
Would it really? Is that what you?
I would love that. Like, a couple of my friends live through my bad date stories.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, if you'd like, I can try and like, I mean, what do I have to compete with? Tell me one. I'll see if I can beat it.
No, just that in general.
I'm into your heart because he's not attractive enough for you. I see how it is.
I
understand now. I understand now that you just like me for my physical appearance. It's okay. Just please try not to treat me too much like a piece of meat. I am a man. My eyes are up here.
You're so silly. On my phone, you're Todd Funny.
I'm funny? Really? I recall you being rather cheeky in our conversations thus far as well, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that infertile?
I'd prefer if you stopped. I'd prefer if we took the concept of ass off the table at the moment, though, because I'm trying to get to know you. I'd like to take this slow. I am a sweet, shy, innocent boy, as we've established. And I do enjoy you, but I think we should, just keep it on a intellectual, sensual level, more so than the ass-grabbing level at the moment, if you're okay with that. It's all the same to you.
I can respect that.
You can support me, right?
Yes. That's exactly what I'm
Baby.
looking for.
Oh, I love you. I'm so glad I met you. I'm so happy now. A pool boy, wow. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So take off your shirt. You have to audition you. I'm just kidding.
I told you. You have to like me for me first. We can't be like that. I thought maybe you were serious about the pool boy thing. I mean, as much as I'd like to accommodate you in that area,
Well, I don't have a pool,
So we'd have to come up with a different premise.
Yeah.
Gardener. How adventurous are you?
Depends. It depends on what it is and who I'm with.
Well, who you're with would be me, at least until you decide that you no longer wish to speak with me and go home. I'll take care of that one. Though what, I can think of a few that would be kind of fun.
Like what?
One would be. I'm kind of tempted. I'm kidding about. What happened?
My fight. Go on.
What actually happened? Anyway. One thing that'd be kind of fun actually would be, you said you were like terrible at pool, right? Have you ever tried? You want to learn?
To play pool?
Yeah. I'll teach you the basics.
I
Then we could potentially do is I could show you sort of a little like glimpse into like my life and what I do and stuff like that. But that's kind of personal. I'm not sure if I want to like go there yet. I just met you. I don't need a stalker, and I don't need like.
What do you mean a glimpse, like into your what you're gonna give me your Facebook password or something?
Wow, that's invasive. You're adorable. You literally do have like the most expressive face.
People have told me that, but I don't see how it's any more expressive than anyone else's.
Oh, it is.
Now I'm self-conscious.
I want to mimic your face right now.
No. Is it?
It's early yet, I think.
Oh, it's still early.
Yeah. Still got me for a little bit.
Yeah, let's do that. That'd be fun.
Let's do it.
That'd be different.
Where'd you park? I like that you view me as sort of like a little bit more dangerous and scandalous than I probably am.
I'm just listening to what you're saying.
Yeah. And I'll take it. You bring out the lucky in me.
That was cheesy.
Huh?
That was cheesy.
I usually, like, if anything, feel like I get constantly unlucky when playing pool, so.
Oh, well, I'm glad you feel that way.
Indeed.
There have been worse dates.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You still didn't tell me your worst date story. I mean, I told you mine. At least you didn't bring your mom.
I think it was,
Yeah, all right, so. Ooh, this is good, too. Like, all, like, no, like when you're like pushing on something, it's all sinewy and tight.
Yeah.
It's good.
Working out.
Uh-huh. All right, so I kind of want to play one more game with you. You're actually good at this. You're actually not bad.
Okay.
And then maybe I'll consider taking you to my office and like whatever. But you have to well, we'll see. We'll see. Huh?
What?
You're so mean. You're so bad.
Okay, one more game.
Okay. Give me that look. Every time you give me that look.
What about this one?
It's cute. Come on. You want a break?
Oh, yeah. I want to try. I don't think I'll be very good at it, but
It's okay.
I'm getting a little tough.
There's a few you can do. So if you want a decent spread and you want the cue ball to be in the center of the table, just hit the head ball. But the best way to get like a really big spread is put it over here. Kind of double hit that, huh? Nice. Very nice. You know that's my ball you just shot, right?
Huh?
You know you just shot my ball, right?
Well, did I?
Beat me right now and I'll just fall massively in love with you. Go.
Huh?
I said beat me right now and I'll fall massively in love with you.
Aw.
It's doable. Not easy, but doable. All right, let's see if I can find my way around here. Go play pool with them because I love pool, so that's my like my candy anyway.
Like, what's like your typical client?
But mostly we get 20s. Please excuse the mess. In here, you're too sexy and seductive. Don't give me that look. Why do you give me that look? Why on earth do you give me that look? You're
What
too
look?
cute. You are. How's someone to be?
Into a pumpkin.
You're gonna turn into a pumpkin?
Yeah.
At what, like 11? What time is it now? Like 10:30?
Yeah.
It's fine. I'll keep you here for a minute. So what if I was looking for something different?
Well, what kind of different? Like, well, what have you been getting?
I don't know. I guess the biggest thing is like the girls that I meet here are not as either intelligent or disciplined in general as girls in like say like in New York or other places I've been. Like in New York, you meet a pretty girl and then you find out she's like an investment banker or like has some like upwardly mobile position in some like top PR firm or stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. And then I hear you like, oh, cute girl, what do you do? Bottle service. Cute girl, what do you do? Bartender.
Yeah, but
dealer.
where are you meeting those girls though?
I mean,
Down
in
here,
general, everywhere.
when they're at work,
In general,
or like
everywhere.
when you were in New York, like where were you meeting girls?
Everywhere.
Like coffee shops or like cool bars or
Coffee shop, bar, street,
little
online,
neighborhoods.
everything. Yeah. Little neighborhoods. Have you been to New York?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cute.
I rarely hear New York described as cute, but I like it. It's
No,
cute.
I had a very
Biggest city in the world.
I had a very cute time.
Very cute time.
It was kind of cute. Yeah, I was by myself. Well, they say you kind of are who you attract.
Okay. So you're saying if I attract dumb people, I'm dumb?
Yeah.
Is that it? Like, if my intelligence is in question now? I'm a little offended. All right.
Well, is intelligence and status really that high up on your list, or are
Intelligence matters.
looks
Both
high on your list?
both matter, but
And,
intelligence matters.
like attraction?
So here's how it works. So first, there's a minimum cutoff threshold. Like, obese need not apply.
Yeah. If you're doing it right, isn't cheap if you're doing it often.
True. True. I've been there, done that. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, whatever. It's an entertainment expense. You work hard so that you can play hard, right? This was an interesting date for a number of different reasons, but the big one at the start was where we met. Normally, I'd prefer to meet in like more of a venue where we can sit down, have more intimate interaction, spend some time together. But we met in an extremely public place where there wasn't really a seating option, etc. Which is, it's not really ideal, but it can be turned into a good thing. And the reason that it turned out well in this particular case was that I moved her immediately. I took the lead. It's very, very important on dates that you take the lead, that you not be following, that you not be a passenger, that you make strong decisions. It doesn't even matter so much a lot of times what decisions you make, so much as the fact that you are, as the man, are the leader and are the one making decisions. The other thing this kind of led to, which is kind of nice, is that I started moving her around a lot, which meant that I had the date in multiple different venues. And if she gets in the habit of, I say, hey, let's go over here, and she says yes, and I say, hey, let's go to this other place, and she says yes, the more time she says yes, the easier it's going to be to get her to make that big move to home. Also noticed that I did the intermediate venue of playing pool before taking her home, because the whole thing was a bit of a slow boil. She was very positive. She never gave me any negative indicators the entire day. She was like laughing, positive, complimentary. She said I was trouble, said these sort of things that they're kind of could be perceived as negative, but mostly they're saying you're very sexy. I'm a little concerned about myself with you. You're dangerous. These are all like positive indicators, at least emotionally. Even if they're logically not positive, they are emotionally positive. So that was all good. But the vibe I got from her was that, she's not much of a night owl, doesn't go out a lot, sort of sheltered, etc. And then just like even her word choice, like I'm a fuddy-duddy, things like that. Just the general indication, the general vibe is not super, super sexually experienced and not super hasn't had a lot of one night stand type of situations. So I definitely played it very slow in this case. Didn't escalate until sort of the second venue. Actually escalated. I actually kissed her before the one you see on this date. As my cameramen were actually still on their way to the venue, was the first kiss that I did at the pool room. And then just gradually escalating from there. If anything, I might have even overdone the kissing a little bit in the public place once I had kissed her. In hindsight, looking at the date, I think that once I had kissed her, I should have probably backed off and kept more tension rather than trying to kiss her more. But in any case, it was a slow, gradual escalation throughout the date, and then just getting her to go from one place to the next to the next. The other thing that I did that's really, I think, smart and very effective here was the end goal of taking her to my office, which, by the way, my it's like a home office kind of situation, so I can plausibly say that my home is my office. But what I did is I set it up so that it was like, oh, I want to do this, but I don't think we should. I don't know if I'm ready, that kind of stuff. So it made it so that if I did say yes to it or I did invite her there, it was a win for her. It was like she'd earned it, as opposed to I had manipulated her into it. So that tends to frame things in a much more positive way. The other thing that I would have you notice, not in the progression of the date, but in the vibe of the date, is what I call flipping the script, which is I basically took on the female role on this date. I took the role of I like you, but I'm not so sure. Oh, I'm not that kind of guy. We should take it slow, those kind of things. And it does a couple different things. Number one, it gets her chasing, because if someone is receding from you, you can chase them. If someone's pursuing you, you can't chase what pursues you. So it gives her the opportunity to chase. But it also does this thing, which is, we call it covering the exits. But basically it means giving all the reasons that she's going to give why, she wouldn't want the date to continue or why something physical shouldn't happen. If you give them first, then you sort of taken those reasons and made them your own. So when she does drop those reasons, it's a much softer impact on the conversation, much softer impact on the interaction, and even a lot of times it's almost meaningless. So again, if you give the restrictions first, her restrictions don't mean much. So that's sort of a strategic thing, and it's also a very effective thing. So notice that I did that whole like boyish charm, you like me for my looks, I want you to like me for me, oh, you want me to be your pool boy. Notice how that frame existed throughout the date. And so in a subtle way, it became a situation where she was chasing me and she was sort of the sexual predator, and I was the one being preyed upon, even though, as we all know, like that's not really the case. And even she knows to a certain extent that's not the case. But playing that role, it again puts it in a situation where if she has sex with me, she wins, as opposed to if she has sex with me, she loses. So notice that reframe. That's very, very critical as well. So yeah, again, key takeaways. The variety of motion, moving from place to place to place, the slow, steady escalation as opposed to rushing it,